Hi dear kids, hope you all have completed your self-assessment till your 5th lesson, right? So whatever the self-assessment you have been done, take a photocopies and send to our WhatsApp group and try to take full marks, right? So I am Nirmala from Bharathidhasanar Matric Higher Secondary School, Arakkonam, going to take your next chapter. So I am going to make you understand about your next concept. So your next lesson is about rocks and minerals. So our earth are made up of rocks and minerals. So rocks are made up of minerals. So rocks and minerals are used for various purposes. So in this lesson we are going to see how the rocks are formed and we are going to see what are the types of rock. So in this session we are going to see the first type of rock. So let's go get into the topic. So how these rocks are formed? So rocks are formed by the weathering of small particles. So you all know that soil is formed from the rocks. The same way it is a reverse process. So the small particles, the deposition of repeated deposition of the small tiny particles of soil together, they binded together and due to pressure and due to the heat, say they formed into a rocks. Right. So you can see here due to the rain or due to the pressure, so the rocks has been formed into soil, and again when it sediments, when it deposits the soil is formed into rocks, right. And also rocks are formed from the hot molten rocks. So bursting out of hot molten rocks. Hot molten rocks are nothing but neruppu kolambu, right. So volcanoes, what is volcanoes? Volcanoes are nothing but erimalai, right. So when this hot molten rocks are bursted out, so from the hot molten rocks also we get rocks. So the rocks are formed from the hot molten rocks of volcanoes and repeated deposition of the soil particles, right. Now let's see, there are 3 types of rocks. So rocks has been classified into 3 types on the basis of their formation. So how it is formed, according to that it has been classified into 3 types. Now let's see what are the types of rocks. So as I told you, rocks, they are divided into, classified into 3 types. So the first type of rock is known as igneous rock. igneous. Igneous rock. So this is your first type of rock, and the second type is sedimentary rock. sedimentary. Sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks. And the third type is known as metamorphic rock. metamorphic. Metamorphic rocks. Okay. Now JK, tell me how many types of rocks are there? Yes, of course there are 3 types of rocks. So now Ritish, tell me what is the first type of rock? Yes, you have to spell it igneous. Igneous rock. What is the second type? Sedimentary rock. What is the third type? Metamorphic rock. So they have been classified into 3 types on the basis of their formation. So according to the formation it has been classified into 3 types. So in this session we are going to see about this igneous rock. How this igneous rocks are formed. So let's see. Igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of hot molten rocks. What is this hot molten rocks? Hot molten rocks are nothing but neruppu kolambu, right. So when this in a volcano, so you can see a volcano, right. So in the volcano, so this is a volcano. So in the volcano, so you can see under the earth's surface the neruppu kolambu, right, the hot molten rocks. So this is known as hot molten rocks. So it will be like a neruppu kodambu, right? So hot molten rocks, when this hot molten rocks present inside the earth surface, under the earth surface, நம்ம பூமிக்கு அடியில இருக்கிற அந்த நெருப்பு குழம்பு என்னன்னு சொல்வாங்க, magma. So it is known as magma, M-A-G-M-A. So when this hot molten rocks present inside the earth surface, it is known as magma, and due to pressure and heat, what happens, the volcano will burst, right? So this magma comes through this vent and it flows out of the earth surface. So it comes out of the earth surface. So when it comes out of the earth surface, so this is known as lava, L-A-V-A. So when the hot molten rocks comes out of the earth surface, நம்ம பூமிக்குள்ள இருந்து பூமி அடியில இருந்து நமக்கு பூமிக்கு மேல வந்துருச்சு அப்படினா அது என்னன்னு சொல்வாங்க, lava. So now you know the difference between lava and magma, right? So magma is a நெருப்பு குழம்பு that is present inside under the earth, right? And this hot molten rocks or நெருப்பு குழம்பு comes out of the earth surface. எப்படி வரும்னா இந்த volcano வழியா வரும். So through this volcano, when it comes out, so அதை நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா lava அப்படின்னு சொல்லணும், right? So now you know the difference between magma and lava. So this cooling and hardening of this magma or lava, இந்த நெருப்பு குழம்பு வெளியே வந்துருச்சு இல்லையா, so வெளியில வந்த பிறகு because of air and because of some that cool temperature, it cools down. அது அப்படியே cool ஆகி ஒரு விதமான ஒரு hard material form ஆயிடும். So that is known as igneous rock. So igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of the hot molten rocks. Either it can be from the magma or it can be from the lava. So now this igneous rock, in our earth, nearly 95% of the rocks are made up of igneous rocks. So now 95% of rocks are made up of igneous rock. நம்ம earthலயே பார்த்தோம் அப்படினா it is made up of 95%. Now let's see how it is formed. You can see the volcano, how the hot molten rocks comes out. So here you can see in this picture, you can see in this slide, you can see from the volcano the hot molten rocks is coming out, right? So this is known as neruppu kodambu, right? So it is coming out of the earth surface. So this is known as lava. When it is present under the earth, it is magma. So now it is coming out, you can see the lava is coming out. It is very hot, right? So it is very hot and it has to cool down to convert into rocks, to form into rocks. So that's how igneous rocks are formed. So igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of the hot molten rocks. Now let's see some examples of igneous rocks. So the first type that we are going to see is about granite. So granite is a hard rock. It is a hard rock. Hard rock. So it forms when the hot molten rocks cools down very slowly. So it is formed by the slow cooling of magma. Slow cooling and hardening of magma. Okay, so this granite contains feldspar, mica and quartz. So granite is a hard rock. It is formed by the slow cooling and hardening of the magma. Magma means which is present under the earth's surface. So it contains some minerals like feldspar, mica and quartz, and this granite is used as a floor, right? So at home, so it is used as a floor, and also it is used in the kitchen counters. So in the kitchen counters and all, it is used as a base, right? So it is used in the kitchen floors, kitchen counters. So now you can see the granite. So granite stone, this is the granite rock. So this is an example of igneous rock. So this is an example of igneous rock. This is a granite that you can see. So mostly everyone will be aware about this granite, right? So you must have been used as a flooring material in your house, right? And even in the kitchens and all, right? The kitchen counters are been used as a granite. So they use granite rock as a floor in your kitchen counters. Yes. So this is about granite, right? So granite is formed by the slow cooling and hardening of the magma. So the next rock that we are going to see is example of igneous rock that we are going to see is pumice. Pumice is a igneous rock. It is the example of igneous rock. So this is the rock that you can see. This is the pumice rock. So this pumice rock has many holes. Why it has many holes? Because so once the hot molten rocks comes out of the earth's surface, it will cool down. So the lava will be quickly cooled down, and when it is cooling down very quickly, some air is trapped between the particles of the pumice. So அதாவது இந்த கல் வந்து ஹார்ட் ஆகும்போது, அதாவது இது வந்து கூல் ஆகும்போது, இது வந்து சீக்கிரமாக அந்த லாவா வந்து ரொம்ப குயிக்காக கூல் ஆகும். ஸோ அப்படி ரொம்ப குயிக்காக கூல் ஆகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா இதுக்குள்ளே வந்து சில காற்று வந்து உள்ளே போய் மாட்டிக்கும். அப்போது வந்து இட் லுக்ஸ் லைக் அ holes. So mostly near to the oceans, near to the water bodies, when the volcano bursts, so the lava will quickly cool down. So pumice is formed, P-U-M-I-C-E, pumice is formed by the quick and hardening, quick cooling and hardening. So quick cooling and hardening of lava. So when the lava is quickly cooling down and hardening down, it is formed into pumice, and this pumice has a separate nature, that is it floats in the water. So you must have been known about Ramayanam, right? So in that you must have been known about the near to the Dhanushkodi, they used some stones to float, right? So some stones, once they put in the water, it will float, right? So that stones are nothing but pumice stones. The pumice stones they float in the water. So mostly when we put rocks in the water, the rocks will immerse, it will go down, right? But when you put pumice in the water, it will float. Because why it floats? Because there are many air trapped. அந்த காற்று வந்து அந்த கல்லுக்குள்ள வந்து நிறைய மாட்டிட்டு இருக்கிறதுனால, because of that air is trapped, it will float. So that is why it is known as lightweight rock. So pumice is a lightweight rock. Granite is a hard weight rock. Pumice is a lightweight rock. Next, this pumice powder, when we make some powder of this rock, so this pumice powder is used to polish the teeth. So many dentists, they use the pumice powder to polish the teeth, and also pumice powder is used to polish the floor also. நம்ம தரையை வந்து polish பண்றதுக்கும் இந்த pumice powder யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. And also you can see many of them use the in your crack, உன்னோட ஹீல்ல வந்து இந்த cracks இருக்கும் பெரியவங்களுக்கு adults. So அதை வந்து clean பண்றதுக்கு they use some stone. So that stone is nothing but pumice stone. The pumice stone removes the dirt particles which is present in the heel region, in the crack region in the heel, right? So these are the uses of the pumice rock, right? So next we are going to see about the third example, obsidian. So O-B-S-I-D-I-A-N. So O-B-S-I-D-I-A-N. You have to spell as obsidian, right? So this obsidian is also formed by the cooling and hardening of the lava, right? And this you can see how it is very shiny, right? So this obsidian is a shiny and smooth rock. So shiny and smooth rock. So in your 1 marks they may ask which is your shiny and smooth rock, you have to say obsidian. So obsidian is a shiny and smooth rock, shiny and smooth igneous rock. So, this obsidian is used as ornaments. So, in many places they use as an ornaments like making chains, bracelets, bangles, right. So, they use this rock as a ornaments, and also this obsidian is used as a cutting tools. So, they are used as a cutting tools. So, you can see this knife is made up of obsidian rock. So, this knife edge is made up of obsidian rock. So, obsidian is rock also very useful to us. The third, the last rock that we are going to see is basalt. So, basalt is the fourth type of igneous rock. So, you have to spell it basalt, S-A-L-T, basalt. Okay. So, basalt is a dark and dense rock. So, dark and dense. So, this is also formed by the slow cooling and hardening of the lava. So, once the lava comes out of the volcano, when that rock slowly cools down and hardens, so that is formed as a basalt, right. So, this basalt is used for constructing roads. So, mostly in the road construction, this basalt rock is used. So, they are used for constructing roads. So, when they lay the roads, they use the basalt rock, right. So, almost these are the examples of the igneous rocks. So, in this class we saw about the rocks and minerals. So, rocks and minerals are present in the earth. So, rocks and minerals are used for various purposes, and this rocks has been divided into three types. We saw what are the three types, right. So, igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. So, in this session we saw about igneous rock, how the igneous rocks are formed. So, the igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of the hot molten rocks from the volcano, and nearly in our earth 95% of rocks are igneous rocks, and we saw what are the examples of igneous rock. So, what are the examples that we saw? We saw about granite, G-R-A-N-I-T-E, granite, and we saw about pumice, P-U-M-I-C-E, pumice, and we saw about obsidian, O-B-S-I-D-I-A-N, obsidian, and the fourth type that we saw is basalt, right. So, granite is a hard rock, pumice is a very lightweight rock, right. Obsidian is used as a ornaments and it is a shiny smooth rock, and basalt is a dark, it is very dark and dense rock, right. So, and also we saw where and all these rocks are has been used. So, granite is used in the floors, and pumice is used to polish our teeth and polish the floor, and even the pumice float on the water. So, now you know what are the rocks that float on the water. So, pumice is the rock that float on the water. So, obsidian, so in many bracelets and chains, this obsidian rock is used as a ornaments, right, and basalt. So, basalt is the fourth type of igneous rock. So, hope you are very aware about igneous rock, how igneous rocks are formed, and the examples and the uses of the igneous rocks, right. So, hope you are very clear about igneous rocks. So, now children, after you watch the video, below in the description link there is a Google Drive link. If you just click it, you will get this lesson materials like your self-assessment, question bank and study material. So, the study material is the notes that you are going to copy in your science subject note and read from your science subject note to do the self-assessment. So, you will have the study material like this. So, we have given the choose it, okay. So, choose it, choose the correct answer, you have choose the correct answer and the answers are given in the red color, right. So, you have the choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks, match the following. So, match the following is not given in your book bag. So it is a creative questions that is added along with the your lesson notes, right. So here we have given what is basalt. So basalt is used in constructing roads, obsidian is used as a cutting tools, right. So all that, and rocks are made up of minerals. It is true or false? True, right. So granite is used in polishing the floor. So whether granite is used in polishing the floor? No, right. I told you pumice only is used in the polishing the floor. So this is statement is false, right. So all that is given, and then pick the odd one. Pick the odd one is also a creative Roman that is added to you. So igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic, these are the types of rocks that we saw, but slate is not a type of rock. So this is the odd one. So like that we have given the examples. So granite, pumice, ruby, obsidian. So granite, pumice, ruby, obsidian is a igneous rock, but ruby is not a igneous rock. So like that you have to go through the given, pick the odd one, and you have to find the odd one from that given answers, right. So and then you have the name the following. So name the following, in your book bag there is a Roman called name the following, but we have divided, I have divided the name the following into two Romans. So name the following as well as give two examples. So some questions will be given, some questions are creative questions that are added. So the rock which can float in water is pumice, and then you have to write two examples of igneous rock. So now I have explained about 4 types, right. So from that 4 types you can write any 2. So here I have given granite and pumice, even you can write obsidian and basalt. So which is very favorable to you, that you can write, okay. So like that we have given 2 marks also. So this is the 2 marks. So how the what is the difference between lava and magma? So I told you what is the difference between lava and magma. So when the hot molten rocks present inside the earth's surface, that is known as the magma. When the hot molten rocks floats out of the earth's surface, that is known as lava. So are you clear? So அந்த நெருப்பு குழம்பு பூமிக்கு அடியில இருந்ததுன்னா magma, பூமிக்கு மேல வந்துருச்சு அப்படினா அந்த நெருப்பு குழம்பு என்னன்னு சொல்வாங்க? lava அப்படினு சொல்வாங்க, right. So now how the igneous rocks are formed? So the igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of hot molten rocks flows out through the volcano. So அந்த volcano வழியா வந்து வெளியில வர அந்த hot molten rocks வந்து cool ஆகுனாலும் harden ஆகுனாலும் igneous rocks are formed. Even the magma is also a igneous magma. When the cooling and hardening of the magma is also a igneous rock. So like that we have given the 2 marks, these are the 2 marks, and this is your 5 marks. So hope you will do the self assessment. So after you do the self assessment, you can watch the next part of our video, right. Hope you are all understood about the concept. Thank you children, have a good day.